Well, tell me why some people who do not have a place to live do not even have money to buy food. That is, starting from nothing, they change the whole world in a blink of an eye. They become billionaires and millionaires. On the other hand, some people become rich and own billions of dollars, but lose all their assets overnight and become bankrupt. Today's video is very important and interesting, because if you are rich, this video will save you from becoming poor in the future. And if you are poor, this video will prepare you a roadmap to become rich. Because in this video, we will talk about 4 such rules of financial freedom, concepts that we have never been taught in school and college. So it takes almost a lifetime for the majority of people to know and understand these things. And even after knowing them at a late age, they can do nothing but regret. So the rest of their lives will be spent thinking about regrets. Watch the video carefully. So my dear brothers and sisters, let's start. So let's learn this topic with the help of a story. 2 friends, Rakib and Rohan, who are basically college friends. They are 21 years old, and they are studying in a top college. So after completing their degree, they get a job in a big multinational company. The company starts paying them 30,000 taka per month salary. Now, Rakib's dream since childhood was to build a big house and royally leave that house and go to the office by car. And finally, with the help of this job, he was seeing his dream come true. So Rakib took a 3 BHK apartment loan in a good location, seeing which his family and friends were very impressed, because his father was able to build a house for them at the age of 45. But here, Rakib has just bought a house at 20. The only minor problem is that the monthly EMI of his house was 12,000 taka, which he will have to pay through loan for 20 years. Then he took a loan for an expensive car whose monthly EMI is 6,000 taka, and his other expenses like electronic equipment, water, gas bill, petrol for the car, and groceries for food. All these together cost him almost 8,000 taka. Also, Rakib always liked to eat in big restaurants and go to club parties. And since he had a good job, his bank kept offering him many good credit cards. So he took some credit cards from there, and he kept shopping with them, because he no longer needed to take tension. After all, he had a safe job with a multinational company. So he was leading a very happy life with all this. Every weekend he would go to parties or go somewhere, and what else? Only, here too there was a small problem that by the end of the month, there was no money left in his bank account. On the other hand, his friend Rohan did not believe in taking a loan. Even after Rakib took a loan, Rohan controlled himself, because he had read many personal finance books from which he remembered a line. Spending money to show people how much money you have is the fastest way to have less money. That means spending money to show others is the easiest way to become poor. And for this, he rented a 1-bedroom, 1-kitchen apartment in an average building. That too, a little far from the city, as if his rent was low, because the rent in the areas around his office was very high. So his house rent was only 5,000 taka per month. And since he rented the house, he did not need to pay many types of maintenance costs. Only the necessary electronics, gas, water bill, and food expenses were about 8,000 per month, because he always ate quality, healthy food. Also, he did not buy a car, because he thought that a car is a depreciating asset whose value decreases with time. As a result, he decided to travel by office bus. When will you have fun in your youth? How stingy you are. Look, I have a house, a car. What do you have? So one day, due to their different thoughts, a rift was created through arguments. So from that day on, they never spoke again. Rakib was transferred to another department, so they stopped seeing each other. Many years passed like this. On the one hand, Rakib made several new friends with whom he used to go to clubs, nightclubs, and have weekend parties at his house. On the other hand, Rohan used to invest the money he saved in good places for the long term. And along with that, he also started an online business of his own, where he also kept an employee. Initially, Rohan had to work hard to set up his online business, but gradually it was set up. Now, even after paying employee salaries, his profit of 10 to 15,000 was coming from there, which was gradually growing. So his income was increasing. Money was coming from various places. But even then, he did not increase his expenses. He still used to go to the office with that tiffin, and he used to travel in the office bus, because whenever he thought of increasing his expenses, this image would appear in his brain. If he kept increasing his expenses like others, then he would be trapped in this rat race like the rest for the rest of his life. For example, today everyone is running after a secure job. That is why lakhs of people stand in line for a job of 10,000 rupees, with a salami of 20 lakh rupees in their hands. So he wanted to get out of this rat race as soon as possible. So Ruhan was doing these things very silently, because the complete calculation of it was in his brain. So no one could tell what he was actually doing in his free time. Everyone thought that maybe he was playing video games on the computer in his free time, or reading boring books, because from the outside, his lifestyle,